Well, the winds of change are upon us. Unexpected, unexpected. So I'm a frequent user of the AdamCarolla subreddit. My name is Aces Fentanyl. Um, it is a long story. I'm not going to get into everything about this subforum and the decade plus that I've participated in Adam Carolla subforum haberdashery. But what I do want to say is that there's a group of people that were longtime Adam Carolla fans that listened to him on Loveline from years ago that were raised by him basically on the radio before the days of internet. Um, I can remember driving in the middle of upstate New York at Sunday morning or Monday morning or whatever at like 1 a.m. and listening to Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla crack wise and teach people about medical issues and relationships and all kinds of things. It was awesome. And so a lot of us found ourselves in this subforum and we complain now. We complain and we complain and we are horrible. We are just awful. We are unrelenting and just awful. And one of the things that this subforum had done for subreddit, whatever, had done for years and years and years, but especially last year. I mean, 2022 was an anti-Gina year for sure. And to wake up to a complete change caused all of us to download and listen for sure. And there's a bunch of posts. So I'll go to Shoot Landing Fail, who is a frequent show contributor and has been around for years here as well. Very motivated individual when it comes to the Adam Carolla following and creating content, his own content based on the show. So first of all, I listened to 11 minutes so far. And I will leave it on as I do other work, but I wanted to start a video about this because, well, for someone who will complain, you also have to be honest and you have to be real, or else no one's going to listen to your complaining. Because if all you do is complain all the time and you don't ever acknowledge anything that disagrees with your argument, then nobody should ever listen to you anyway. So as someone who had been a longtime fan and listened to this show, or the first 11 minutes anyway, I'll say that Adam sounded like a guy who like made a realization in therapy and was on a path to changing things. Like, really, is what he sounded like. He sounded honest. He said words like my girlfriend. He talked about the inner workings about how his divorce was supposed to go well and is not going well anymore when it comes to lawyers and finances. Understood. Yeah. This is a guy who was being an honest Adam. And it is listenable. And he's getting really personal. And for those of us who like the element of him being personal back in the day and we're wondering where that was, well, now Gina is gone. Yeah, Adam acknowledges in the beginning of the podcast, he goes, I sat down in person with Adam and Gina. There was no email sent from me. I did this mano a mano this time. Totally in response to people who never let that go, that he fired Allison by email half a decade ago or however long it was. So anyway, shoot, what do you have to say as someone who's listened to the whole show? Because I haven't listened to the whole show, but I can tell you that you are, when somebody starts talking, when's the last time he said my girlfriend on the show? Has anyone heard him say my girlfriend in 2022? I think that's a 2023 change. And that's a good one. Because if you have a girlfriend, you should be talking about her. We all want to talk about her. That's right, Crystal. Hey, Crystal. Okay, I listened to the whole episode and you have thoughts. So you're going to get honesty from Shoot Landing Fail. That's the other thing, is you're going to get it. I know that from I've spoken to him on the phone before. Anyway, I think so. This format could definitely work. Jay was fun and entertaining. They got into some interesting topics. Jay spoke eloquently and candidly about his intervention and rehab and marrying big time Laker money. Lakers won last night. Chris and Dawson sprinkling in some news and trending topics will be cool. I didn't like the regimented news segment. Yeah, back on the old show. Bald giving some pushback, smugly point shitting will be missed. Yeah, Ball being gone too is, well, there could be, I mean, well, I don't know what to say about the Ball part. We're happy that Gina is gone. So did Ace literally bring them in like yesterday, like they were going to report it? Okay. Did Adam just do it without any warning? I think the answer to that is yes. Ace moving isn't really a great excuse. Where's he going to move? I didn't get to that. As long as overall, I'm excited. Let's see what happens. I think we should definitely give it a chance and say thank you to ACS for firing you. Yes, here. Oh, here. Okay, what do people have to say? It had to happen. Yeah, Ball does need to focus. That's what I was going to say. Ball's health is probably an issue, and I don't think sitting in on Adam not wanting to be there. One thing that Adam talked about is he's like, I got a lot of rough things going on in my life. It's tough to turn on the comedy hat sometimes. And I had thought about that frequently in what he was doing. And it's saddening at the same time. Well, if you can work through those rough times in your life, like I said, I've said this many times, marriages suck, divorces are awesome. Divorce relationships are fantastic. Take it from me. They can be good eventually, and it will get there. And it's a nice burden lifted off when it's over. And kids are getting older. Like there's a lot of reasons that there's a chance to make a change, and I don't know where he's moving. Where is he moving to? Does he not? He doesn't know yet, probably. Quick push. I'm no tax or divorce expert. Okay. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's some tax advantages that are timed with liquidation and reinvestment of assets. Well, sometimes you have to sell assets in order to turn something that was that had a value or equity in it into the appropriate cash that you can pay off your prior spouse. That's what happens. So if you both own a home and there's $500,000, $1 million in equity in it, and the house is worth 2 or 3 million, you still owe a mortgage on it. You got to sell the house and then split up the profits and sometimes pay taxes. It's very, very complicated and yes, very expensive. And there's a lot of real estate, I believe, owned. And it's unfortunate when the more money you have, the more difficult it is because there's just, if you're a lawyer, you can just put your hands on dibs on anything. And I feel bad. And I would say to Lynette, I don't know her personally, but I'd be like, just try to be nice and be even. But two people that don't understand math is probably trouble when it comes to a divorce. Let's get real. That sucks. On comedy, he acknowledged he'd been distracted, so hopefully that answers are ongoing. How can he let her? Can't what? How can he let her go like this? I don't know, but you're right. He's gonna this is a huge change. I mean, let's just face it. I had to record a podcast about it because it's something we'd all discussed, and we were like, can't do this anymore with Gina. And he just took it to a new level of, I need a new format. What's that new format going to be? I don't know if he's going to be that honest and upfront with everyone as he was in the first 11 minutes that I listened to. Then I will listen to it and not hate listen this show or talk bad about the show. Here's a guy I really do feel like after listening to that first few minutes, he sounded like an honest guy that I hadn't heard out of him in a while. Even though I haven't listened much, and that's really all you can ask for in today's day. The new format of being honest and living your life and commenting on what's going on is an old format that you can bring back in today's podcast universe. All right, so big changes. Gunta is gone. Bald is no longer with the show, and Adam's looking for direction. So here, let's help give him the direction he needs. All right, that's what we'll do. Listen up.